Psychology says people who talk out loud to themselves when alone are often misunderstood. Not crazy, not mentally unstable, not losing their minds. In many cases, the brain simply works at a speed that requires verbal output to stay organized. If you've ever caught yourself muttering, debating, or whispering to yourself throughout the day, there are real psychological reasons behind it. These aren't signs of a problem. They're signs of something rare. The first trait, a high-functioning cognitive system that demands clarity. Talking to yourself isn't hallucinating conversations. It's materializing thoughts. Research shows that vocalizing an idea makes it tangible. Something that can be examined objectively, rather than bouncing around chaotically inside the head. Most people walk around with mental fog. Vague feelings and half-formed ideas they never examine. People with this trait are different. They need structure. They use their voice to give physical form to thoughts, so they can analyze them, critique them, and improve them. This isn't struggling to think. It's thinking so deeply that silence isn't enough to contain it. The mind produces more than it can quietly hold. So speech becomes the overflow valve. That internal processing power has to go somewhere. The second trait, using verbal cues to heighten perception and focus. This explains why people mutter to themselves while looking for their keys or solving a problem. It's not absent-mindedness. It's the opposite. Research shows that saying the name of an object out loud actually activates the visual cortex in the brain. Psychology calls this stimulus upregulation. When someone says phone or keys while searching, the brain visualizes the item faster and filters out irrelevant distractions. It's like programming a search engine with voice commands. While most people wander around aimlessly, hoping to stumble onto what they need, people with this trait are running a targeted scan. They talk to themselves because they're hyper-focused on efficiency, executing tasks with higher precision than the average person realizes is possible. What looks like a weird habit is actually a cognitive shortcut. The third trait, advanced self-regulation skills. Many people who talk to themselves do it in second or third person. Phrases like, "Come on, you've got this," or "Why did you do that?" This isn't random. Research shows it's called distanced self-talk. And it signals a high level of emotional intelligence by speaking as if addressing another person. Psychological distance gets created from the stress instead of spiraling into anxiety and panic. There's a built-in coaching mechanism. Self-therapy, self-motivation, self-correction. All happening in real time without needing anyone else involved. This is why people with this trait stay calm under pressure. When others fall apart, they don't need external reassurance because they've already internalized the skill of soothing their own nervous system. The voice in their head isn't chaotic, it's strategic. The fourth trait, enhanced long-term memory retention. People who talk to themselves often have unusually sticky memories for things that actually matter. Research shows that reading or speaking information aloud triggers what psychologists call the production effect. The act of speaking creates a distinct memory trace in the brain that silent thinking simply does not produce. When something gets said out loud, the brain flags it as important. It gets filed differently, stored more securely. This is why repeating things out loud isn't pointless muttering. It's saving the file to long-term storage. While others forget conversations, details and lessons almost immediately. People with this trait retain what they need. They process life more deeply, and the important information doesn't slip away. Here's what all of this actually means. Talking out loud to yourself doesn't indicate a problem. It indicates a high-performance mind that needs an exhaust pipe. Superior focus, better emotional regulation. Stronger memory retention. These aren't quirks to be embarrassed about. They're cognitive advantages most people don't have access to. The people who mutter while problem-solving, who coach themselves through hard moments, who repeat important details out loud, they're not losing their minds. They're using them at a higher level. Most people suppress this instinct because they're afraid of looking strange. The ones who don't suppress it are the ones gaining the mental edge. If this explained a habit you've had your whole life, subscribe. More content like this is coming. Psychology that reveals what's actually happening in your mind and why it might be your greatest advantage.